Have a beautiful, terrible day. Daily meditations for the ups, downs, and in-betweens. Stay positive has become a mantra for coping with any and all of life's challenges. It's well meant, but the reality of everyday anxieties and the unforeseen twists and turns of life can make such advice feel shallow, even dismissive. And no wonder. The relentless pursuit of happiness often leaves little room for acknowledging the complex tapestry of human emotions, especially those that aren't so bright and cheery. This blink offers a refreshing departure from the usual self-help fare that dares to delve into the messiness of life through a spiritual lens. Written for those weary of forced positivity, it offers spiritual reflections and prayers that embrace the full spectrum of human experience, invoking divine guidance. Whether you're navigating the highest highs, the lowest lows, or the vast expanse of mediocrity in between, these bite-sized meditations and actionable steps, rooted in faith, promise to guide you through even the worst days with grace and resilience. Anxiety comes in different shapes and sizes. Life is full of uncertainties and difficulties. This can make us feel scared or anxious in different ways. These feelings can be grouped into three main types: the fear of big, world-changing events, the constant worry about what might happen because of our choices, and the pain, both physical and emotional, that can make us feel very alone. The fear of big events comes from seeing how fragile our world's systems are. News about the environment getting worse, unfair treatment based on race, and people losing trust in important institutions remind us that big problems can disrupt our lives unexpectedly. It's like being on the edge of a huge change that could reveal hidden truths, but also bring destruction. On a more personal level, we often worry about the outcomes of our choices. This kind of anxiety is always with us, making us doubt our decisions and feel stuck. It's like carrying a heavy burden that makes us feel exposed and vulnerable all the time. For some, fear is deeply linked to pain. This can make them feel very isolated, as they struggle with feelings that others seem not to worry about, like everyday concerns. Finding relief from this pain is hard, with only brief moments of distraction providing some escape. Facing these fears and living well despite them is a big challenge. It means moving through life where fear and reality often mix, testing our strength every day. It's not about getting rid of fear completely, though. It's about learning how to live with it. This involves growing, understanding more about ourselves, and finding some peace amid the turmoil. In the next few sections, we'll look into ways to live a fulfilling life even when fear and anxiety are always present, hoping to understand these feelings better and how they affect our lives. The answer to anxiety isn't more control, it's community. When we experience tough times filled with anxiety and fear, there's a common saying that often pops up. The only thing you can control is how you react. This idea points out that we have the power to choose our responses even when things are hard. However, this mantra fails to capture how tough things can feel. Sometimes we're simply overwhelmed and feel completely out of control, like we're being swept away by what's happening to us. Admitting I've lost control, this is too much for me, isn't just sharing a vulnerable moment. It's a big step. It's saying loud and clear that we're human, and sometimes things are bigger than what we can handle alone. This isn't about giving up. It's about bravely facing the truth and asking for help. In those moments when everything seems to be falling apart, when it feels like the world is crumbling around us, reaching out for help, maybe even hoping for a miracle, becomes a light in the darkness. It's not about avoiding our responsibilities. It's about realizing that some situations are beyond our control, and that it's okay to look for support beyond ourselves. Life can change so fast, taking away our sense of control and leaving us feeling lost. That's when being told to just control your reaction doesn't quite fit with the depth of our feelings. Wanting a sign, some help, shows how much we need to feel connected, to know we're not facing these challenges alone. This journey through tough times also makes us think about why we often hesitate to ask for help, as if it's a sign of weakness. It encourages us to reach out, to share our troubles, which isn't just about getting help, but about creating connections based on empathy and shared experiences. So, Dealing with life's challenges is about accepting our situation, seeking support, and understanding that it's normal to feel vulnerable. It's a reminder that during hard times, there's a chance to connect with others, to reach out, and to find strength not just in ourselves but together with others who are also navigating through their storms. We can only help others when we help ourselves. In the hustle and bustle of life, where we often put the needs of our loved ones before our own, it's easy to lose sight of who we are. Caring for others, especially when they really need us due to age, health, or other reasons, is important, but it can make us forget our own dreams and desires. This doesn't mean we're less valuable or that our own journey isn't important. There's a beautiful idea inspired by both spiritual wisdom and thinkers like the American spiritual thinker and monk Thomas Merton, that our life's work isn't just about existing or helping others. It's also about working together with a higher power to shape our own unique path. This reminds us that it's okay to pay attention to our own needs, even when we're busy looking after others. Put differently, it's important that we take time for ourselves, to rediscover who we are beyond our roles in other people's lives. This idea is a nudge to not let our own needs and dreams disappear in the noise of caring for others. Our own well-being, the things that make us happy and give us peace, are just as important. Taking care of ourselves doesn't have to be a big ordeal either. It can be as simple as making sure we get enough rest, eat well, or have a good laugh on a regular basis. Something as small as putting up reminders to take a break or do something we enjoy can make a big difference in keeping us connected to who we are. Balancing the care for others with caring for ourselves can be a delicate matter. It's about recognizing our own worth and giving ourselves permission to meet our needs. This balance helps us find inner peace amid the demands of life, keeping us true to ourselves while we support those around us. Caring for ourselves isn't selfish. It's essential for us to be able to give our best to others. This journey of self-care and discovery is crucial, not just for our own well-being, but for enabling us to fully engage with and support our loved ones. It's the courage to change, not the changes we make, that improves our lives. Life can be really complicated, especially when you're dealing with daily worries that just don't seem to go away. It's like trying to push a huge rock up a hill, only for it to roll back down each time. There's a message in the Bible from Isaiah 43:19 that talks about finding new ways and hope, even when things seem really hard. But actually making changes in our lives, trying to be better or different in some way, is difficult. It feels like we're just going around in circles, trying and then getting knocked back by how tough life can be. The idea of making a big change seems almost too much to take on. It brings up all our past failures and the things about ourselves we can't seem to fix. But there's this concept of taking tiny steps instead of looking for one big leap to solve everything. It's about showing up, trying bit by bit to face our fears and keep going, even when it's really hard. Just deciding to try, to really give it a go, even if we're scared, can change things for us. Every little bit of effort, every small move we make, starts to build up our confidence. It teaches us that we can keep going, even when the going is tough. There's a prayer that goes along with this idea, asking for help not to magically make everything easy, but to give us the strength to keep trying, to take those small but important steps forward. This whole idea is about being ready. Ready to admit that yes, we're scared, and yes, we've failed before, but we're still willing to say, I'm ready to try again. This readiness isn't about suddenly getting everything right or making big changes overnight. It's about having the courage to face each new day with a little bit of hope, believing that things can get better bit by bit, and seeing the worth in every effort we make, no matter how small. This way of thinking doesn't promise an easy solution to our worries or a quick way to change everything. Instead, it shows us the value in the effort itself. It encourages us to take those small steps, to keep trying in the face of our daily challenges, and to appreciate the little victories we achieve along the way. Breathing exercises can help calm us in tough moments. When we go through really tough times or face sudden, heartbreaking events, it feels like time itself slows down, making every moment feel longer and harder to deal with. These moments show us how fragile we really are, especially when things happen that we just can't control. It reminds us that just being innocent or good doesn't protect us from bad things happening. The English writer T.H. White talked about how these hard times make us face our own powerlessness. It's when we're at our lowest that many people find comfort in prayer. This isn't about asking for a quick fix, but more about asking for peace, for understanding, and for help calming down when everything feels too much. This kind of prayer is about expressing how scared we are, feeling the fear in our body, and wishing for it to stop. It's more about hoping for someone to be with us in our pain, offering a little bit of hope, than finding a direct solution. The prayer is for peace in the chaos, for a break from the fear as we wait for better times. There's also a simple but powerful way to feel a bit more in control, and that's focusing on our breathing. By paying attention to our breath, inhaling and exhaling slowly, we can help calm our minds and bodies. This connects the spiritual to the physical, showing us that we're stronger than we think, even when we're scared. These prayers and practices don't promise to make all our problems go away, but they do offer us ways to get through them, through prayer for those who find comfort in it, and through breathing exercises to help find some peace and steadiness. It's about facing the tough times with a bit of hope and finding ways to hold on until things get better. In this Blink 2, Have a Beautiful, Terrible Day by Kate Bowler, you've learned that everyday anxiety reflects a profound confrontation with our helplessness. But there are coping mechanisms that can help. For example, the spiritual solace found in prayer, emphasizing not a demand for instant solutions but a plea for peace and understanding. Practical approaches like mindful breathing to regain control amidst chaos can also soothe our racing, anxious minds. The key to coping with anxiety, however, is to accept our vulnerability and find resilience through small, steady efforts and the embrace of community. Okay, that's it for this Blink. Thanks so much for listening. And if you can, please take the time to leave us a rating. We always appreciate your feedback. See you in the next Blink.